What is going on, guys? This is Yasin. So Worlds 2025 just concluded, and in case you didn't know, it was won by Julian Kehan, the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, obviously I had him on my channel, so you know that already kind of proves that he's the GOAT, but he's even more goated now that he's won Worlds. And I know out of like a lot of people how much effort he actually put into, you know, his deck, because and also like all the practice and everything, because I've seen like how he practices. I've been around with him. And yeah, he puts like crazy hours, he tests like really well, deck builds really well, so honestly really well deserved. And honestly, huge congrats to everyone else, like literally everyone, no exception. Just making it here in the Worlds is already like an incredible achievement. Regardless of your score, doesn't matter. You're just already a fantastic player for being here in the first place. And I've also been impressed by a lot of, you know, players that I wouldn't necessarily expect to like bring certain decks, honestly. Like for example, Roselle with Sky Striker, Tom with Lunalight. I mean, I was not expecting this whatsoever. So the fact that they actually brought those unique strategies at the Worlds and it paid dividends, I'm actually super happy to see. So massive congratulations to them. Shoutouts to everyone else. We actually did have one Malice in top 8, Yuna with the board breaker approach, which was really interesting. I mean, I have seen that round 1 feature match against Ruben. That was absolutely disgusting. And then, yeah, we've had obviously like 2 Yummy, so Wilfredo as well as Felipe from Argentina. And then the only OCG player in the top 8 was Shane Taeyang with a K9 Vanquisol, and I kind of already knew that because I remember seeing the Asia WCQs pretty much play the same deck. So yeah, that was predictable, and I knew I was gonna see him at Worlds. However, I'm a little disappointed by Kim Joo-hoon, who did not play Crystron, I think. I mean, actually no, there might have been a world in which he did. Actually kind of have no idea because they don't really say all the other decks here. We don't have like too many confirmations, but whatever, it doesn't matter too much because he's the only one who actually qualified 2 Worlds with K9 Crystron. So I kind of wanted to see him do a little better, but it is what it is. And obviously like 2 incredible players with, you know, not the best scores, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes it's your day, sometimes it's not. That doesn't mean that, you know, they messed up or anything. You know, it's just every single player that you're facing in Worlds is incredible. So you got a 50-50 shot pretty much to win. You know, it really is the lottery at the end of the day. But if you do well, life gave you lemons and you made lemonade out of it. So that's kind of like the way I see it, right? Everybody who makes it like really deep is really good, and also they seize like their opportunity. But the people who didn't do good aren't necessarily, you know, people who didn't play well. It's just, you know, people who maybe been handed less opportunities. But yeah, that's the reason why I said huge congrats to everyone. Really nice to see. And it was honestly like a really fun event to like witness, you know. I mean, not like obviously in person, I wasn't there. Like the feature matches and everything, it was fun. I didn't watch like all of them, but I will probably catch up in the next couple of days, maybe today, tomorrow, I don't know. This is the World Championship tally, so kind of like a compilation of like all the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place that every single country got, and the total amount of placements of top 4 for each country. So Japan and the US are tied at 18 for the amount of players who managed to get top 4 at all the Worlds since the very start, which is very impressive because the US used to be like really far behind. They were topping a lot, but they weren't winning at all, and now they went from 0 all the way up to 3 wins back to back to back. You know, Pauly, and then Ruben, and now Julian. So again, huge congrats to you guys. It's so nice to see, you know, my friends also like do so well at Worlds. So now I can say that I'm basically boys with like 3 consecutive world champions. It's pretty unreal. And also I was gonna say, all of them, literally all 3 of them, they went 4-3 in the Swiss rounds to win out in Top Cut. So it's something that did not used to exist back in the days, because the Worlds were actually 5 rounds of Swiss, if I recall correctly, and you needed like a crazy score to be able to top. It was like 4-1 or 3-1-1 and pray for good tiebreakers. But now it's like a score of 4 wins and 3 losses can make you squeeze, and once you do squeeze, then your score doesn't matter anymore because now it's single elimination. So even if you went undefeated, it doesn't matter. Like for example, Tom, who got 2nd place, actually had 8 wins and 1 loss by the time he went to the finals, whereas Julian had, you know, 3 losses as well as, was it like 5 wins? So obviously Tom had a better win rate than Julian, despite the fact that he lost. But again, it doesn't matter as long as you can You can win out in single elimination. It doesn't matter what happened before. It's unfortunate that Canada, you know, my country did not really perform since, because we had like one world champion in the form of Sehabi Khairuddin in 2014 with Infernity. And now it just, we're not really, we don't really exist anymore, unfortunately, but I will change that very soon. As well as Mario, me, Jesse, etc., Steven, Santoli. We've got a lot of really good players. Kind of just goes to show how much insane, like how insane the TCG players are compared to the OCG. And I will make a video on this. I'm gonna have to like write a script and everything and do some research, because this is just a unfiltered, unedited video of me like talking and rambling over shit for, you know, with no direction. But I wanted to explain how I personally believe, and a lot of people believe, that us TCG players, we are just way better than the OCG players now, because, well, first of all, we don't have max Cs, so the game is different, but also it's easier for us to adapt to like worlds, whereas the OCG, it's just really rough. They feel like they always have to like go back like in the past for like a format that they played before. It's almost like bad practice for them, whereas like for us, like it's pretty much the same format with like some very small nerfs. So it really is better for TCG players every single time, whereas before it wasn't the case. Like if you look at 2019 and before, it was always OCG winning every single time. Look at this: Japan, and then Taiwan, and then Japan. So that's like 4 Japans out of 5. 2014 was Canada, Taiwan with the Dragon Ruler, again Japan, and then Japan again, and then Panama with, I think it was Frog FTK, I forgot, and then Singapore, and then Japan, and then Chile, there you go, and then, yeah, Italy, Greece, so 2 TCG players, and then Japan, and then Hong Kong. It was a lot of OCG, but now out of nowhere, it's like US, and US. And even when you look at the other players in top 4, TCG, and then 1 OCG, and then 3 TCG, 2 TCG out of 4, which is still, you know, like, since 2019, we've been doing a little better, and obviously there was nothing between 2019 and 2023 because of the coronavirus. But yeah, all that just to say that, you know, we're nice. And I will be honest with you, I do think that the US is probably going to keep dominating again and again and again. And the reason why I think this is because we put so much effort into this game that the OCG just doesn't really put necessarily. Like, they're also playing, like, other card games, and you can say the same about, like, the TCG players. But the thing is, we have, like, such a bigger community where we also share a lot of information and everything. So Master Duel was also pretty interesting. So it was won by Team Ragnarok. What's wrong with my voice? I've got no idea. Huge congrats to Herman, Luca, and Nesh for winning the Master Duel Worlds. And also a huge congrats to Pac's team, Kaiba Corp, for getting 2nd place. I really wanted Pac to win. He did reach out to me for some help with his Crystron deck. The strategy made a lot of sense. So basically, this was supposed to be kind of like a revenge kill deck for Malice. But yeah, everybody has to play like different decks. So everybody always has like Memento, Raziel, and, you know, like Mermail and stuff like that. Those decks, I think, exist in every single team just because of how powerful they are. But since it is like a shared card pool, you know, you can't play the same decks. But yeah, there's been a lot of like mirror matches and like some weird like BS. So it's pretty interesting. I mean, that's pretty much it for like this video. You guys let me know if there's something interesting that you think concerning like this Worlds. Like, do you think it was like a better or worse Worlds than usual? Do you think like there's gonna be a ban list real soon? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.